save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Direct.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarintucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya. That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother.
Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarintucson.com.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slap it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is football night in America.
Flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balgun making a run off him. Can he get around to that ball? Took a deflection. Balgun scores. Flo Balgun, first to react to the deflection. He'll do the LeBron celebration. It's 1-0 U.S.
Bosnia were warned. Do not give Flo Balgun another chance. Long spell of possession. But as we said, sometime that can open up a team defensively that has been low and hard to break down. Tim Ream finds Balgun off that pass. It actually takes a wicked deflection. But look at Balgun, puts the brakes on, sets his body, and then nutmegs the goalkeeper. Just a terrific striker's goal.
Folarin Balgun. Is it short? Is it flow or is it follow? Flow, I've heard follow, I've heard flow. Regardless, he's playing tonight. Red card or not, Flo Balgun will be on the pitch for the United States in just 2 hours when they take on Belgium in the round of 16. Now, this is the 5th time that the United States has been to the round of 16, but it's the first time that they actually won a knockout stage game to get to the round of 16, because this is also the first time that there have been 32 teams in the knockout stage. So this is a level that we have been to before, but it was historic in getting here because the win over Bosnia-Herzegovina on Thursday night was the first knockout stage win by the United States in 24 years since they went to the quarterfinals back in 2002.
It's weird because we're getting to that territory much like the 1930s, 40s, and 50s for basketball, where if you made a Sweet 16, it just meant you made the tournament because there are only 16 teams involved,
Right, exactly.
as opposed to like the actual merit of a Sweet 16 berth today means you earned it. So 32 is going to be weird moving forward with 32 teams, but yeah, I mean, it's another big day in America embracing this U.S. men's national team with a player they didn't think was playing, DK, back in the pitch.
No, exactly. So for those of you that are not aware, there is a rule that if you get it's kind of, we have this rule here in the United States. It's in fact, we have it a lot as it relates to high school athletes, where if you get ejected from a game, you oftentimes have to sit out at least part of, or in some cases, all of the next game. We have it on the college level. If a guy gets ejected in the second half of a UA football game, he has to sit out the first half of the next game.
Especially for specific things like spearing, right, is the one they added like 10 years ago, and they reviewed that. It's pretty much mandatory. Half suspended for a half if you get called for an actual intended spearing.
Yeah. Now, I don't know that I've ever, other than this, I don't know that I've ever heard of a rule, though, however, if you get a red card and you're ejected, that you have to sit out the entire next game. Now, we do, I think, have that on the high school level in some instances because, again, kids shouldn't be getting ejected in high school athletics. If you get ejected in a high school game, then maybe your ass should be sitting out an entire next game. But we very rarely have that in any level above high school athletics. So I personally was not aware. Again, I'm a French soccer guy, French football guy. I was not aware until the broadcast that he was going to have to miss the next game, or that was the ruling of that state. Again, we all saw the video. We watched the game Thursday night. It did not look like a how did the referee put it? Serious foul. I don't know if I've heard a flagrant categorized like that. That had me on the ground laughing. Just that, right? Serious foul.
I mean, it's not the most hilarious description of a penalty. I think still the greatest of all time is the NFL football referee with the Jet. I think it's a Jets game where he says he's giving him the business down here, 15-yard penalty. So it's not up to giving him the business, but serious foul is a very interesting description of what was, in essence, an accidental contact.
And just for the record, DK, because other listeners may not know this, but every single professional soccer league around the world has a mandatory one-game suspension rule if you get a red card in any game. Every league, every professional league in the world.
Yeah, this is not unusual.
Same thing with the collective yellow cards and things. If you get
two yellow cards is a red, and if you collect, especially two in one game, that's a red.
Yeah.
But Premier League, Champions League, Major League Soccer all have one-game suspensions for a red card in a match.
Just like we said on our last show together, 3 more technicals for Caitlin Clark, and she's got to sit out. Like, has she gotten any more since we?
I'd have to go ahead and do
She hasn't played since we last talked. Yeah,
she hasn't played.
Although she did get a technical from the bench when she sat out last season, so anything's possible.
So it's possible.
There you go. So again, not anything unusual. I don't necessarily think I like that rule, but again, it's the rule. It's how it's played in this game around the world. Now, we've already got our question of the day up, and I have not looked at the results here, so we will look at the results right now. So, well, first of all, let's go back to the game. Let's hear what happened with the red card ejection of Folo and/or Flo Balgun.
Balgun again and Muharimovic both are down. Muharimovic seems to be in the worst shape, although Balgun is still shaken up. And not for the first time today. Those two have had a real big-time battle all game.
Yeah, Balgun rakes down the back of his leg. It's not intentional. It's just the two of them were tangled up, and he's trying to get a foot onto the ground. I actually think he's kind of lucky not to get a yellow card there.
Is that something?
A red card. That they are checking it.
Yeah. So that, in the opinion of Juan Soto of Venezuela, is a
I think
potential red card, and he's calling the referee over.
The number 20 United States Committee serious foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
The final decision is red card.
Wow.
Serious foul. Okay, so that's what happened in the game the other night. Now, you're out until you're not out, which we found out. My wife and I were driving back from New Jersey. We've been on vacation, as you have probably imagined, the last 12 days. We're driving back from New Jersey. First of all, my wife goes, she's the one that was on her phone. I was driving. She's like, oh, our star soccer player, he's going to play tomorrow. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, they reinstated him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, I don't understand that. And I was like, well, I go, there are some people that say soccer is the most corrupt sport in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
the governing
FIFA,
the governing body of FIFA has a history. Yeah, they have a history.
And she goes, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
The funny thing about this, because, if listeners don't know the facts, the red card suspension will stand. There's a 1-year probationary period given out, and this is the second time it's happened for this particular World Cup, but only the third time ever. So this is very rare for the governing body to suspend a red card suspension. I know that's double suspension in there. They decided that they would give him a year probation. If any egregious acts happen in the next year, it would be an automatic that 1 game suspension will be given. Ronaldo, guys, was given a 1 game during World Cup qualifying just this year, was given a very similar situation where he was allowed to play. And then another situation in the 60s with the superstar from Brazil who committed a red card in the semifinal and was allowed to play in the final. Witness videos went missing on that one. It was a big deal. But yeah, this is not something, DK, that happens very rarely. In general, you get a red card in a World Cup match and you're not going to play in the next game.
Yeah, and it also goes to the fact that, again, a lot of this is centered on FIFA as the governing body making this decision because, again, another governing body for soccer around the world, UEFA, has said FIFA crossed the red line. They should not have been able to suspend this mandatory one-match card suspension. And UEFA is very, very strict and doesn't usually like to comment a lot on what FIFA does. They tend to try and make themselves as far apart from FIFA as they can. But this was one where even UEFA had to say, no, we don't agree with this decision.
Yeah, that's Europe. The European Soccer Governing Board thinks their European team is getting screwed over, is what that is, basically,
In fact, UEFA called it incomprehensible and unjustifiable. Now, part of this happened because the President of the United States inserted himself into this situation by calling upon FIFA to review this situation. And as a result, yesterday we got the announcement that Flo Balgun was going to be eligible to play. So first of all, that's our question of the day today. And we'll hear from the President of the United States. He spoke about this earlier today, and we'll get his thoughts on how this all went down. But do you think, first of all, it was appropriate for the President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, to intervene with FIFA on behalf of Flo Balgun and the United States men's national team? Head on over right now to our Twitter page, Wildcats 1290. You can vote in this poll. Right now, I put this up several hours ago, so we already have several votes on it, 6 to be exact. Right now, 67% of you saying no. Rules are rules, and the President of the United States should not have intervened on behalf of the United States men's national team. Now, the question I have, because Mr. Infantino, is it that came out, the president of FIFA came out and said, we have a body that looks at these things. Okay, did anybody know about this body before yesterday? Did we know that there was a body that looks at these types of ejections and maybe makes a decision on whether to uphold them or reverse them? Because I don't remember hearing anything about that Friday night, and I don't think I heard anything about that all day Saturday.
Yeah, Article 27 is what we're talking about here. And Article 27 of the FIFA governing body allows them to suspend red cards. So the question, like I said just now, DK, I mean, this is the third time ever. This is not a thing that happens very often. So this isn't the clearinghouse in NCAA. How many times do we hear clearinghouse? It's because every single year there's a handful of players who have eligibility issues at their previous school. They're trying to see if they're going to be eligible at their next school. That board is talked about a lot. This board, DK, I think, has been around. There's just no reason to bring up the FIFA board that decides whether or not red cards are, above board. I will say this. I think it was definitely red card worthy as far as the play was concerned. But much like Alyssa Thomas, there was no intent there for him to harm that person. And so, I mean, again, as by the rules that the FIFA governing and soccer worldwide has put in place, Dragon Ball, a red card should be a suspension for the next game. Personally, I don't care who gets involved, if it's the president or the head of the U.S. Soccer Federation, anything above the officials who are trying to keep an even playing field with every single country involved. There shouldn't be any kind of, thumbs on the scale in that whole thing. The play itself, I didn't think was egregious, but the refs determined it was a red upon review. And I think that's just the situation that we're in.
This is the thing about the whole way that this has been handled by FIFA, that they could have avoided any semblance of true, quote unquote, conspiracies and favoritisms and things like that. don't rescind the suspension, but keep the red card. Rescind the red card issuing and make it a yellow.
I think that was the logic, was they said they didn't have time between the matches to do that part.
Right.
So hence the year-long suspension of the suspension, as opposed to looking at the play itself and determining maybe this wasn't a red card, maybe it should have been a yellow. That process apparently takes longer than they have, which is why they just made this decision really quick. That's the logic I heard.
Right. And again, there's a lot of things that go into this. Again, we're still trying to figure out who exactly and what exactly the body that makes these decisions actually is supposed to be doing in relation to the penalties. But it's a situation where if they had just rescinded the red and made it a yellow, which every single person, when they're watching that play live, they're saying, probably not a red, it's probably a yellow, just because it's not an intentional. He gets hit from behind Balgun by the Bosnia-Herzegovina player. He gets hit from behind as they're both trying to make a play on a headed ball. So it's not as if Balgun is trying to land on the other player's leg. He steps on him by accident completely. The fact of the matter is that by just suspending the suspension, it only adds more magnifying glasses to this situation. And because, again, politics has become something that has been now involved in this whole thing, makes it all the more difficult to
the biggest problem to me,
avoid it.
David Kelly, is that this is one of the first times that, America is playing really, really well. Those first two matches, really, really professional, the way that they handled both those first two wins. The situation now is, regardless of what happens at 5 p.m. tonight, guys, if the U.S. moves on, it will always be this talking point. It will always be this red card that was suspended, as opposed to the U.S. rallying finally behind a U.S. team, making their way to the quarters, to the semis, to the final even. That kind of run is what soccer fans have been hoping that the U.S. men's national team would do in the last 30 years to propel the sport above fourth place hockey. Where's soccer right now on the? Where's MMA? Has got to be above soccer. So. Yeah, I think a lot of soccer fans would love to see a real run by the U.S. men's national team. And unfortunately, because of the story now, if America does win tonight, tomorrow's headlines are going to be about this.
Especially if Balgun gets himself on the score sheet.
All right, 5-2.
Oh, boy. What if they just don't play? What if here's another angle. What if they just decide, DK, they're going to sit him and make the choice to sit him for this match?
Right. And that would be the best way to avoid the headlines, but that is not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Not in the least right there. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We want to hear from you, your excitement for this match coming up. In fact, Dragon Ball is here right now with us, but we're going to be dispatching Dragon Ball after the first hour of the show, 3-hour show. We are with you until 6 o'clock, which means we'll be with you for the entire first half of tonight's game, soccer match. We will be on the air. We obviously, can't do play-by-play or any of that, but we'll be watching it. We'll kind of be telling you what happens. We'll be reacting to things that we see on the screen. We're going to dispatch Dragon Ball downtown to downtown Tucson and have him hit a couple of establishments and chat with you. So if you are going out to watch the game, want to hear from you, 520-848-1290. How excited are you? I asked this question a few weeks ago. Is this the best World Cup tournament in terms of Southern Arizona with what we've seen from the United States men's national team and El Tricolor, who unfortunately was eliminated last night by London by a score of 3-2 for them, however, also to get to the round of 16.
I watched all 5. I watched Argentina, Cape Verde. I watched the Colombia.
Oh, my God.
I
Argentina, Cape Verde.
One of the best matches I've seen in years. It was so good. So good. But I watched both the matches yesterday, start to finish. I watched 2 on Saturday and 1 on Friday. So, yeah, I'm all about it.
All right, so we'll talk to you guys about all of that. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. John Perlman from FC Tucson is going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. We are also efforting an opportunity to potentially talk some El Tri soccer with you in the 5 o'clock hour as well. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do that either today. If not, we'll do that tomorrow. Big 12 Media Days start tomorrow. Arizona will be on the docket Wednesday, so we'll dive into all of that coming up, as well as the college football season is right around the corner. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the
the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Abra Valley Road near I-10, Abra Valley Road west of I-10. There's a reported collision. Roadwork and a closure. Grant Road closed east of I-10. Some slowdowns on your alternate routes. Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells and also on Speedway westbound approaching I-10. 81 the overnight low, an excessive heat warning. 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. Wednesday, about 107 tomorrow, 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather.
This report is sponsored by Farm Safe 811.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
Around Tucson, you've probably seen Cruz on the road across our community. Because Cruz isn't just another law firm, we care about this community. And when one of our own is injured in an accident, we can help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Chris Mack here to help you keep close with Westwood One Sports. Big news, obviously, the suspension of Flo Balgun's ban. So all eyes will be on him tonight, including those of the Belgian back line. Christian Pulisic, already one of the best at creating his own space, but now he may get a little more with so much focus on Balgun. That being said, maybe the American star finally has his first goal of the 2026 World Cup waiting in there. At nearly 2-1, plus 195 at BetMGM, I'm willing to pay to find out. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Great to be back with you after what seems like an eternity off. I usually don't take vacations longer than a week, but a couple of trips needed to be made to our hometowns of Ohio and South Jersey, so a little bit longer vacation than normal, but glad to be back in the seat and talking sports with you on what might be the biggest night ever for football in the United States of America. The win on Thursday by the United States over Bosnia and Herzegovina, the viewership on that was 33.5 plus million. The most viewed USA soccer match, men's soccer match in history, or period. I think it was period, men or women. The previous was the 2022 World Cup final, in which 28 million people watched that here in the United States. But this, I mean, and I know that there's been some games involving on the women's side in which the United States were playing, but never a game in which the United States men had been playing in. Had been viewed as much as the game on Thursday night. And they're expecting that number, 33.5 million, to get absolutely clobbered tonight as the United States takes on Belgium in a game that will start at 5 o'clock Tucson time. Where are you going to be watching the game tonight? 520-848-1290. We're going to be dispatching our Dragon Ball out downtown to check out the scene. I understand it was a pretty festive scene last night for El Tricolor as they unfortunately wrapped up their time in the World Cup. That was just, I thought I was just, when Jude Bellingham scored those two goals in like a minute, I was like, oh my gosh, this might get ugly.
The thing about it is, like, the first 35 minutes of that match, it was just really, quality football.
Yeah.
And both teams had some really good chances, but some really good saves and obviously some really good defense. So at that stage, I mean, his first goal was at the 36-minute mark and his second at the 38-minute mark. They had generated some chances, Dragon Ball, but nothing really the quality of that. And then to have back-to-back, first with the header and then putting that in between the legs of the defender on that cross, both of those goals are really nice.
Oh, no, both of those shots were great by Jude. It was one of those situations where as soon as England took that 2-0 lead, it was starting to have a little bit of a memory to me watching the Germany versus Brazil match almost a decade and a half ago.
7-1?
7-1, which every Brazilian football fan will tell you, don't ever say those numbers next to each other ever again.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest tragedies in their sports history. But I was going to be concerned that, this is in Estadio Azteca. This is not the place for this to happen.
Yeah, they had never lost. Tree had never lost in that building during an international match like this.
Mm-hmm. So as soon as they went up 2-0 with about the midway point of the first half, I got nervous thinking this might end up being a blowout because Mexico was being very aggressive throughout that game. I don't know how many times we saw the goalkeeper come out of the box to handle the ball going out to the midfield line. I was thinking, this is a little bit more than I think.
It was very unique to me because most times you'll see one team as the aggressor and the other team on their back heels, is trying to make sure that they prevent any kind of open space.
Play that counterattack.
The way you play versus Brazil, for instance.
Yes.
Traditionally. You just never want to give them any kind of open space because that's going to be a goal for them. That situation with the Mexico Great Britain, both teams traded. Like, both teams traded side in their offensive side. Both teams were getting a lot of really good touches, especially around the box. And it seemed like the ball was in, the British side of the field for 5-10 minutes, and then it would switch sides to Mexico. So both teams had really, really good opportunities, but Mexico, as usual, was very, very aggressive, obviously, especially with those passes inside. And then towards the end of the game, they just kept trying the same plays over and over and over again. But what a great back and forth. Just such a great matchup overall.
All right, let's hear some of the highlights from the game last night. El Tricolor against the Three Lions. The Three Lions from England. And England, as we mentioned, got going about 35 minutes in.
Great run from Declan Rice. Carries the ball a long way. Bukayo Saka takes on Gallardo and crosses. Free header 1-0. England lead. Jude Bellingham in the Azteca. Mexico have been the better team. England strike first. Bellingham reigns in the Azteca reign, and England, against the run of play, lead Mexico 1-0.
What a brilliant ball from Saka with his Rico right, just stands it up. Free header.
Why has that been left to me? Bellingham all alone inside the box. Third goal of the World Cup, and a massive goal for England. England have it again with Anthony Gordon. Big 5 or 10 minutes on the cards here for Mexico. It's played on to Harry Kane, who crosses, and Bellingham's there again. And England lead 2-0. And in the blink of an eye, the game's getting away from Mexico. Well, 40 years ago, Diego Maradona scored 2 goals in 4 minutes to do for England in the World Cup. Bellingham's just scored twice in 2 minutes to put England in complete control.
And what a ball from Harry Kane. Brilliant pressing from England.
And it looked like it was going to quickly get away from Mexico, but he did not, because they would come right back just 4 minutes after that second Bellingham goal.
It's the left foot of Alvarado into the danger area. There's the shot, they've got one back! It's Quinones! It's liftoff in the Azteca! It's game on in the last 16! Mexico back in it! An explosion of Mexican passion, an explosion of Mexican noise, a massive goal for Mexico scored by Quinones.
What a finish from Quinones.
2-1 would be the score at the half. A penalty in the 60th minute on Mexico would set up right now the greatest player for England, Harry Kane, who, and again, I'll go back to what I said before we went on vacation. The one thing that has stood out to me about this tournament is just the stars have delivered. The stars of every single one of these teams has delivered in terms of scoring.
Yeah, there's only the one guy I would say is Amal, right? Because he's supposed to be the next great, but he's 18 or 19, and he's the guy a lot of people talked about coming in for Spain this year, who's potentially going to be the next great world-class player. But you couldn't be more right. I mean, you go down obviously Messi with the hat trick to start it. Erling Haaland's done crazy stuff. We know about Mbappe, and they're just going back and forth. But, Harry Kane is the guy for England, the all-time leading scorer, I believe, for Great Britain in the World Cup.
Don't give him a penalty kick, because he just may score it.
Kane helps it on. Gordon running in. Goalkeeper's caught him. Penalty England. What a game in the Azteca. You cannot take your eyes off it. Referee in no doubt whatsoever. And the speed of Gordon, the decisive part of that particular situation. Rangel for Mexico or Kane for England. Massive moments in the match. Harry Kane scores. England lead 3-1, and the England captain scores his 85th international goal.
That's why he's one of the best. 85 international goals for Harry Kane. 3-1 at that point for the England squad. That came up 6 minutes after they got one of their players ejected from this contest and had to play a man down.
Yeah, it was like 45 or 50 minutes of man down.
Exactly. Yeah. That's not an easy thing to do. Not an easy thing to do. They were able to hold off Mexico, though, although the El Tri got a goal closer, courtesy of Raúl Jiménez.
Quinones sends it in. Sanchez clips it in. Taken away from Edson Alvarez. Headed away by Harry Kane, I think, in there. They're appealing for a penalty, Mexico. I tell you what, Owen, somebody's lit the touch paper and this place has gone off.
It's all kicking off.
We've also seen the first bench-clearing brawl of the 2026 World Cup. It was like the Yankees against the Red Sox down there. Jordan Pickford waits. England 3-1 up. Concentration on the face of Jimenez. The Aztec awaits. Brilliant penalty. Never in doubt. Ice cool under pressure. 3-2 in the Azteca. Game on again.
What a brilliant penalty from Raul Jimenez. I've been in football for a very long time. I've never heard a stadium make this amount of noise.
I mean, it was the passion showed by the Mexican football fans in this tournament has just been truly incredible to watch.
Quite a few matches so far in the last 3 or 4 weeks, but nothing compared to that noise in Mexico City, especially after that goal made it 3-2.
Oh, yeah. No, the Estadio Azteca was absolutely... I don't know if they have a Richter scale there like they do in Seattle for the football field there, but absolutely that stadium had to have been shaking when that first goal goes in the first half. And when they made it, when they brought it back in within one there in the second half, you could feel every moment, every minute that fan base was just rocking the stadium.
You know, DK, a really simple way to find out how contentious a second half was. 11 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. When that number 5, we've actually started a game of our own as we've been watching this. Is that we bet on how much stoppage time there's going to be, and I said 5. I think my wife said 6. One of our friends said 7. We were all missed out on that one. 11 minutes. We were like, whoa, that's almost an entire extra time period that they're going to, and I think they actually played about closer to 13, so they almost played that extra 15 in just the stoppage time there. Our guy JP Wildman checks in after he was talking about that penalty kick there for Raul Jimenez in terms of Jordan Pickford, who was the goalkeeper for the English national team, and he said, as a longtime soccer coach, you teach your goalies to commit to one side on the PK and not guess, and he felt like Jordan Pickford hesitated there, and after that he was toast.
That's because the new trend is the stutter.
By the kicker.
By the kicker.
Yeah.
So the Luka slowdown layup. Luka Doncic slows down, people run by him. A lot of times penalty kicks is you have to commit and take your steps forward. You can't stop, but you can slow that step down. And so a lot of times you'll see, it's a big trend these days for PKs, is that you'll see the kicker take that second or third step as slow as possible to see if the goalie will commit and then choose the other side. But yeah, it's just a newer thing. Almost everybody I've seen this year. I think Kane is maybe the only one I didn't see do that stutter step more recently.
Let's hear the final seconds as L3's run in the World Cup comes to an end.
Here's Brian Gutierrez. Final few seconds. Last chance for Mexico. Alvarado versus Spence. In comes the cross. Falls for Jimenez. Does it? Oh, it's just wide. And it was an England player that put it wide. It goes John Stones.
Not Jed Spence. Pickford saying to Spence, you've got to get pressure on the ball.
The goalkeeper, Rangel, is up for the corner. It's in by Alvarado. England jump. Dan Burn wins the header. Jimenez hits the shot. That's blocked by Gahey. Still not away. That's blocked behind by Burn. It's another corner, and still we play. The goalkeeper stays forward. There he is. In goes the corner. Pickford punches away. The referee blows the full-time whistle. And the Lions roar in the Azteca. England through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Mexican heartbreak, absolute jubilation for England. Heroes in white, heroes in green as well. What a battle between these two nations in the World Cup, Owen Hargreaves.
What a fabulous game of football. Credit to both teams.
By L3, they went 3-0 in the pool play stage.
Yeah, first time ever, I think.
Yeah, 9 points at a 6-goal differential there, not allowing any goals during that stage. And now they're gonna hand this program over to the legend, Rafa Marquez, who's just 47 years old. Played 147 games for L3. Was the captain in 5 World Cups. Any idea what this change will do? What kind of soccer we may see now from Mexico moving forward?
I mean, their style, Dragon Ball, has been fairly similar in that very good defense, obviously. not so much as a pressing style, but when they get the ball, they're not kick. You don't see many back passes. Let's put it that way.
No, you do not.
I don't imagine, because somebody who played with the national team for so long and has been so ingrained in that culture. I mean, you'd have to ask somebody far more vetted in soccer, current soccer X's and O strategies than us. But that's just been the way that Mexico's always played, is a very similar style.
Yeah, I don't expect to see a whole lot of change in that. But the one thing about so far through this round of 16, I just want to point this out. It's not been a great showing for the Americas so far in this round of 16.
Yeah, Canada.
Because Canada got eliminated.
Well, let's also say that Canada won their first ever World Cup game this week. So it's not as if there's some juggernaut. They had never won a game in the World Cup. So that they got that going for them.
But right now, when you're looking at the overall listing of all the teams that were making it to the round of 16, have a chance to get to the quarterfinals, Brazil was eliminated, Mexico's eliminated, and I believe Canada's been eliminated as well.
Yeah, Argentina is still around, obviously.
Yeah, you really have just Argentina and the United States and Colombia are the only three countries left remaining that represent the CONCACAF, the CONCACAF, the Americas right now in this North American hosted World Cup. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like moving forward, but it's not so far. This is a very European-heavy quarterfinals for the World Cup.
Shout out to Javier Aguirre, the manager for L3, coming back for his third stint as the national team coach. They kind of brought him in to hopefully get the type of result that they got in this World Cup. He had coached the side in the 2002 and 2010 World Cups, and now he'll put a cap on his career at 67 years old, having led them to the round of 16. So definitely shout out and decorations to him on what he has done over his career for the side.
Also, that Brazil-Netherlands game.
Yeah.
Neymar has announced he's no longer going to play, I believe. And obviously Ronaldo with Portugal losing today. So you talk about like the superstars coming in, those named guys. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Ronaldo are the main guys. There's other people coming, don't get me wrong, younger players, but the guys have been around for the last 15 years. So the fact that Portugal and Brazil had no answer for Erling Haaland, so they're going home like you just mentioned. But yeah, a lot of great performances by individuals. But some of those names you might think of coming into this tournament, like Ronaldo, maybe going out on a sour note.
And Neymar definitely going out on a sour note. Didn't play a single minute in Brazil's comeback against Japan. Did you see the trash talking? The trash talking with the penalty kick at the end of that game was something that is almost, it encapsulates the entirety of Neymar's time with the Brazilian national team. But he didn't play a second of the game where they came back against Japan. And then he has that performance against Norway in the last game. It really is something that you talk about, all the stars really producing for their countries going into this World Cup, DK. That's the one thing for Brazil. They're going to go back home and have a lot of very sour notes. If you thought the South Korean fan base was going after their manager a little bit roughly, I can guarantee you the Brazilian national fans are going to be very, very happy potentially to see somebody else now wearing the number 10 jersey, the legendary number 10 jersey for Brazil, other than Neymar moving forward.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. You can call us, you can text us your thoughts. World Cup, United States, Belgium, coming up in a little over an hour from Seattle Stadium. We'll have complete coverage and analysis as we continue on through our show. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is what. From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With collisions reported Speedway near Colbun Speedway. To the east of Kolb Road, a crash Aver Road at I-10 reported on Aver Road near I-10. And road work on Park Avenue, 22nd to 36th Street. Southbound lanes are closed, should reopen at the end of this month. 81, the overnight low and excessive heat warning, 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. Wednesday, about 107 tomorrow and 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather
This
together.
report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
With a 1-year money-back guarantee. Family owned since 2001. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Call 520-492-0748 or online at picturerockschooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Kohl's knows summer comes with a few family debates, like what's the best ice cream flavor, or who gets the good pool noodle. But when it comes to Kohl's summer outfits, everyone's in agreement. They're comfy, they're cool, they're stylish, and they're here to make everyone's summer feel a little easier. Shop now for looks that the whole family will sign off on at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money, getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor, it's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, so we know Folarin Balgun is going to play tonight for the United States. He's got 3 goals already in this World Cup tournament. Malik Tillman also had a goal to speak of in the win that got the United States to this point.
Adams is going to lose the argument. Tillman and Robinson stayed over it. Tillman ran into Adams. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go.
So this run-up is telling me more power.
Look at how Vassal's giving up the entire right side of his goal. Tillman! It's in! Malik Tillman! 2-0 United States!
Tillman delivers for the United States. Make the keeper work. And boy, does he. Intense focus, lines up for power, and just bangs it right past Vassal. Watch the movement on this ball. He hits it right through the middle, so it's dipping with pace. He can only get a hand to it, and it's not enough. Look at that. Malik Tillman, pure brilliance when his country needed him most. Down a man, but up 2 goals.
So Malik Tillman is, Folarin Balgun, first of all, is the only player on the team that has scored more than 1 goal in this tournament for the United States. Alex Freeman, Malik Tillman, Sebastian Berhalter, Gio Reyna, and Austin Trusty all have single goals in the tournament. Surprisingly, the player that has yet to score is the player that's considered to be the best forward on this team, and that's Christian Pulisic, who obviously has been battling some injuries during this tournament. Is tonight the night that Captain America, as he is sometimes referred to, on this the day following, 2 days following the 250th celebration of our nation, is tonight the night for Captain America, do you believe, against Belgium?
No, I don't think that this will be the night that Christian Pulisic gets his first goal. I think that this is going to be a game that you desperately are going to need to get some outside shots going in, because let's be honest, Belgium did not play a great game in their round of 32 matchup. They did not look the best, but a lot of the goals that they seemingly gave up were played from outside the box area. You're looking more so for midfielders and whatnot to go ahead and get those scores in. I think that it's going to be a lot of opportunities for set pieces, but straight up drive to the goal, I don't know if Christian Pulisic gets his first goal today.
We've talked a lot about how the Stars have shined in this event, but for the United States, their 1 star so far has not. 32 goals in 82 caps so far in his career for Christian Pulisic, but none have come so far in this tournament. We shall see if that changes tonight. In fact, we've got a little play on that coming up for you a little bit later in the 4 o'clock hour as we get you your Westwood One BetMGM top plays for today. Not only do we have a play on tonight's game, but we also have a play on one of our NFL Tucson Suns, who's about to embark on this season, as the NFL is also right around the corner. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You're also going to hear from the President of the United States coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll get his thoughts as he made a call to Infantino. Was it Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, about the red card?
Well, we're all about shortening nicknames, right?
Yeah.
So Gio's fine.
And apparently they have been calling Balogun Flo since his youth days with Arsenal. So that's that the nickname goes way back. Ticket prices for tonight's game are currently going down. That was one of the things on vacation, because I had mentioned we were going to be in Philadelphia for the game Saturday night against from I think it was Portugal, and I forget who the other team was that played, but Portugal and France. But it was, first of all, it was god awful hot for like 3 straight days.
Well,
on the
in
eastern
most
seaboard.
places around the country right now.
It was. I was shocked. I mean, we get so many days over 100 degrees here. I was shocked to find out again. They don't get the kind of number degrees that we get here in Arizona. I was shocked that there have only been 10 days over 100 degrees since the turn of the century. In the Philadelphia area. I would have thought that they would have more 100-degree days than that. And of course, you put, close to 100-degree temperatures with 100% humidity, and it just becomes a cesspool of uncomfortableness that we did not want to necessarily try to go out to Philadelphia Stadium and watch a soccer game. But we were watching the prices, and the prices actually did dip down. They dipped down to about, I think, $840 per ticket at one point. I think that was probably on Thursday night when we were watching it. So I looked over at my wife. I said, well, what's the number? I go, what's your number? And she's like, if it gets to 600, we're going. I was like, oh, okay. Because, I let her control the money because she's way smarter than me. I said, okay, if there's $600, if we can afford,
she's not working with you high math. Is that what you're saying?
No, exactly. I was like, if we can afford $600 a ticket, then I'm down. If it never got that low, but that was the number we were looking to see if it would drop.
What's your number, Dragon Ball?
My number is at most 200. That's about as high of a ticket price for any kind of event that I'm willing to go for, and it's got to be a really good one for me to consider 200.
All right, right now, as of the last check, the get-in price for tonight's game in Seattle, $1,500. $1,500. That's a 27% drop over the past 3 days. It was $3,100 after this match was determined on Thursday night. So if an item
still costs you four number points, it's not a drop. That's just somebody deciding, maybe we don't need to sell for this much. We'll just drop it to the. No, that's not a drop. That's a convenience fee.
I have no problem with diamonds being expensive because they're rare.
Yes.
I have a problem with $27 popcorn at the movie theater, which is what this is.
Yeah. Last night's game, the get-in price last night, $3,800.
No.
$3,800
Absolutely
to
not.
watch Mexico and London last night. Yeah, that's a lot. The get-in price tomorrow night for Argentina is actually only. I'm sorry, the get-in price for the. Let's see. Was this last night? Argentina's playing who tomorrow? They play.
I believe they. Do they not play?
Is it? Or there's a Wednesday? Yeah, is it Egypt?
I believe it's Egypt.
Okay, the get-in price now for that game is surprisingly only $1,600. $1,600 to see.
Now, if it was Cape Verde versus Egypt, it probably would be about like $800.
Yeah,
because that's the Messi price we're getting.
And I understand like the Mexico City thing, guys, because it's been 40 years.
Yes,
40 years since Mexico hosted a World Cup. That's a country that loves its soccer.
Oh yeah,
I understand if it's a once in a lifetime experience. I mean, this is like the eclipse thing, DK, where it only happens once in a while, and you'll do whatever it takes to get there. So I understand get-in prices in Mexico City to go and see Mexico play in the quarterfinals, but yeah, I mean, some of the prices for some of the teams, Messi's final go around, I can understand, and USA, I get. Some of the other prices just seems a little gougy, but that's just my opinion.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. We are going to dispatch Dragon Ball. Oops, I'm throwing batteries here. We're going to dispatch Dragon Ball downtown to Tucson to talk to you about tonight's game. But first, he's got your update here, everything happening in Southern Arizona sports, as well as sports around this whole entire world.
Well, former Arizona guard Kirk Kriisa has been officially charged with a wire fraud claim due to a reported $2.2 million scheme that was announced in the Northern District of West Virginia today. So Kriisa allegedly devised a scheme to obtain money from 2 victims using false representations, false and fabricated identities, as well as deceptive communications, according to the indictment, where it began in 2022 when Kriisa was still at Arizona, all the way through June of 2026, including his stops at Kentucky, West Virginia, and Cincinnati. Krisa reportedly posed as his mother, requesting that a victim pay for his mother's alleged cancer treatments while also requesting money to save a family's farm in Estonia. And the FBI is currently investigating the case, seeking a forfeiture of any proceeds traceable to the alleged offenses, which is where the $2.2 million comes from.
He also told those two people that he would sell his own organs if he didn't get them.
Yes, that was also another part of that description of the case. And meanwhile, the Sons of Mercury will be keeping their current CEO for the foreseeable future. Josh Bartelstein has apparently agreed to an extension with the two franchises. Now, though the details of the extension have not yet been made known, owner Matt Ishbia says that Bartelstein is his, quote, trusted partner in every aspect of our basketball operations and business side as well. In a recent interview, Bartelstein, he was Ishbia's first hire as Sons of Mercury owner back in 2023. After Bartelstein did work as the Detroit Pistons VP of Business and Basketball Operations, as well as their assistant general manager. And with the first game of the round of 32 finish up today in the World Cup, which saw Spain put an end to Portugal's run of the World Cup and Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup career, according to the rumors, it will now have all sights turned to the USA versus Belgium as the United States gets the benefit of having their star striker Folarin Balgun back in this fold as his red card suspension against Bosnia-Herzegovina was rescinded. With this extra bit of support, though, Team USA star Tyler Adams spoke on the overall mindset of the group and that classic American adage of having the chip on their shoulder.
I think that's kind of what Americans are built off of, and it's nice to see that in our DNA, the way that we compete every single game, the way that we believe that we can do something special. Again, you know, to go to battle with your brothers next to you, and see them go through the same kind of struggle at certain moments. You know, we've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. It's been a long time on the road, and you want to make it all worth it.
Again, Team USA hopes to go ahead and get through this game and make it back to the quarterfinals of the World Cup for the first time since 2002, where they will take on Spain. I'm Dragon Ball, your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slide it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With collisions reported Miracle Mile near Fairview, Speedway east of Kolb Road and on Avra Valley Road near I-10. Have reports of debris in the roadway westbound side of I-10 near Colossal Cave Road, Wentworth Road. For your weather, 81 the overnight low, 107 tomorrow, excessive heat, and 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather
This
together.
report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track!
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero!
Rats!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you!
Oh no!
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town, in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack for your tire and auto care since 1960. We're here to get you there.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Kohl's knows summer comes with a few family debates. Like what's the best ice cream flavor? Or who gets the good pool noodle? But when it comes to Kohl's summer outfits, everyone's in agreement. They're comfy, they're cool, they're stylish. And they're here to make everyone's summer feel a little easier. Shop now for looks that the whole family will sign off on at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
On the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All eyes on Seattle, Washington, where tonight the United States men's national team will take on Belgium in the round of 16 of the World Cup in probably one of the top soccer enclaves that there is in the United States of America. And of course, we're going to have all kinds of watch parties happening here in Southern Arizona. If you're going to be going to one, we'd like to hear from you. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We have dispatched Dragon Ball downtown to the playground. So he'll be down there, and he'll be reporting here later. He'll begin some reports later in this hour, talking to you as you get ready for this match tonight. First time since 2002 that if the United States wins tonight, they'll have a chance to get back to the quarterfinals of this event for the first time since 2002. Let's hear from a couple of the players that will be on the pitch tonight for the United States. Sergino Dest on is this the biggest match in the history of the United States side?
At the moment, maybe yes. Maybe we'll or hopefully we will win this game, and then we can even play more games in this tournament. Because we have an amazing group at the moment. We play really well, and we're all just so motivated. And the country believes. Everybody believes at the moment. So the support is huge.
That could be. J-Dub, a question of the day. Is this the biggest game? I mean, again, we just mentioned 2002, they played in this round.
Yeah.
And they got to the quarterfinals. So many people will look back and say, I mean, obviously that's the farthest that the United States has ever gone in this tournament, but that was not on American soil. So the fact that...
That was Japan, right?
Yeah, I think it was Japan.
Korea.
And so the fact that it's on American soil, it's in a United States city, one of the, like I mentioned,
the soccer city. Yeah,
the soccer city.
When I think of soccer in the United States, I think of Seattle.
I mean, yeah, it's the only place I've ever seen a Major League Soccer game is in Seattle. I think I've told that story before. We went up there to see our Indians play the Mariners, and I twisted some arms over at FC Tucson. John Perlman's going to be joining us coming up a little bit later in this hour, and I twisted some arms, and I got tickets to the Sounders game, and I'm thinking, oh, we're going to be up like in the nosebleed or something like that, and literally we were like on the club level at midfield, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is, and it was everything that you would think a soccer game, a football game in Seattle with the Sounders would be in terms of the atmosphere. It was really, really cool to have an opportunity to see that, and it's going to be just off the chain. We're watching some of the coverage now, and the fandom, and we mentioned John will be joining us. He was up there early on in the tournament in Seattle, so he can speak just to what it's going to be like tonight there. But just incredible. So yeah, maybe this is the biggest game ever in the history of the program.
I mean, you said it. They've only made this far. They've only made it past this round once in the history. And you can go back to the 30s, DK, like we talked about earlier in the show, where there were fewer countries represented. But those runs aren't quite as impressive as when you have to win multiple games to get there. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they lost to Germany 1-0 in that 2002 quarterfinal. And that was Klose, if you might have heard his name thrown around, who Messi and Mbappe and all those guys just broke his World Cup scoring record. He was the guy for that German team. I think every game, DK, every match at this stage is the biggest for the U.S. Because they've never had great success on the world stage when it comes to World Cup soccer. So when you get to the quarterfinals, everybody's got a chance, right? You got 16 teams down to 8, down to 4. I mean, it really just takes a solid 90-plus minutes of good defense, good defending, and good goalkeeping, and just taking advantage of any opportunity that you have. But as far as what the fans should think, I don't think the players should approach tonight's game thinking this is the biggest moment of their lives. If they fail, their lives are over. But as far as fans are concerned, embrace it, because this only comes around once every 4 years. And as history has shown, America doesn't always have a squad that can go deep into the world game, so much more popular in so many other countries like we've talked about. It's got to be the biggest game as far as fans are concerned. And I hope more than the 33 million you mentioned for the last game show up and really support full-throated this U.S. team and what they're trying to do.
Folarin Balgun will play tonight. We have talked about that on the show today, reinstated by the independent governing body that is over red cards.
Is
and
independent in quotes or not?
That's what Mr. Infantino called it. He called it an independent body. It has nothing to do with FIFA, according to what he said earlier today. The national team. So Belgium did put in an appeal on this, but the appeal was quickly squashed, because basically they said that it had nothing to do with
what happened.
Was
Belgium wrote a memo basically, and he said that we have a problem, this, and this, and this. And you know what FIFA did? They opened an official investigation for them, even though they didn't request an official investigation, and closed it immediately. So there's really some weird stuff going on around that as well. The Belgian Soccer Federation did not request a review. They were just put down some information. FIFA started their own review and closed it before, and they didn't have any contact with the Belgians. So really weird.
This might be the funniest quote of the day. This comes from the national team coach for Belgium, Rudy Garcia. I didn't know that at the FIFA World Cup, the 5th of July is now the 1st of April, and that is April Fool's Day. Rudy Garcia, ladies and gentlemen.
He had a lot of thoughts,
Before we get to cricket, let's hear from Tyler Adams on how tough this Belgium side is going to be tonight.
It's a huge challenge. Obviously, they have so much quality all over the field. That being said, we have a belief that we have a lot of quality all over the field as well. So we think it's going to be a great duel, but we obviously have to manage situations in certain parts of the field, win our duels, and be competitive. And ultimately, that can hopefully lead to a win.
What kind of energy does the team need to bring to this game in order to beat a team like Belgium?
Yeah, no different than what we've been doing. Again, the opponent may may vary, but what we're doing needs to stay consistent throughout this entire process. And that's what we've done since the start of these preparation matches. We've trusted the process that we've been on. Obviously, go further back, we didn't have some of the results that we wanted, but we continue to believe in what we've been doing, and we continue to believe.
All right, Belgium and the United States coming up in just mere moments here, about 45 minutes away from kickoff here. Of course, I'm trying to find, see, cricket comes, but Dragon Ball leaves, and I can't figure out what the shot is. There we go. Now we got the right shot there.
Good job.
Cricket.
Hola.
Are you ready?
Maybe. For what?
Are you ready for some football?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not the football you think it is.
Oh.
It's not that football that Shannon talks about. And who does she follow? The Cowboys? Or
Yes.
The Bills. One of those two teams.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
What?
Don't get that
How
wrong.
dare you?
Yeah. The Cowboys.
Yeah. She takes it very
Not that
seriously.
kind of football.
Yeah.
Not that kind of football.
Okay.
Real football.
Real
football,
football.
according to the Europeans.
Oh, okay.
Soccer tonight.
Soccer.
United States. Belgium. Remember we told you that they have their, at the beginning of this whole thing, we told you they have their own terms for all of this?
Yeah, different, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not called the field, it's called the pitch.
The pitch.
Yeah, and it's not called a team, it's called a side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never remember
So
this.
the United States side, not the United States team, but the United States side. See, we are here to educate all of those that don't know the European soccer phrases. It's going to be fun.
Okay.
You're not wearing red, white, and blue, though.
I'm sorry.
You're about as the most patriotic person I know. How come you're not wearing red, white, and blue?
America. Because it's all dirty. Oh,
Because
all
you
my
wore it
American.
all. You
That's
wore it
all
over the
this
weekend.
Yeah,
I
she
gotta
wore
do
it on
laundry.
Saturday. Yeah.
You wore it all over. You didn't save one shirt for tonight.
No, sorry.
Okay. That's okay. That's all right.
I wasn't. All I
Did
was
you-
thinking about were fireworks.
Did you miss us last week?
I did. I kind of forget how to do this. I forgot what time I was supposed to be here. I wanted to ask you, excuse me, sir, can I help you? You know, when I saw you in the building. Who are you?
Who am I? Yeah,
I forgot.
I've been gone for so long. People forget who you are. You wonder if your keys will even work when you come back.
Is my password the same?
Can I get in today?
It's hard to come back, isn't it?
It can be. Yeah. I was ready to come home though. I mean, we've been traveling now for almost an entire 2 weeks. That's
Oof.
a long time for me.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to sleep in my own bed and sit on my own couch and all of that good stuff. But it was fun. Going to see family is never a bad thing.
Of course.
For sure. All right, so it is 4:12, actually 4:15 now. But that means it is time for cricket. And cricket's got quotes.
The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go.
I mean, the rhyme kind of gives it away.
Yeah, you know, I think Dub knows.
J-Dub? Well, then J-Dub.
I was giving you a chance, my friend.
He was trying to help you out.
You know,
he was
I can never get these things.
Well,
right.
there's
I
one
mean,
guy who
Dragon
rhymes
Ball's not-
basically everything he
I'm
says.
going to show Dragon Ball's empty seat there because he's usually the one that gets all this stuff here.
But Dub's got this.
Dub, go for it.
I think it's Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
Dr. Seuss.
Because he rhymes everything.
Everything. Yes, that's from I Can Read With My Eyes Shut.
Oh, I don't even remember that one. That's not one of the ones I remember.
Oh.
I Can Read With My Eyes Shut.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like Cat in the Hat and some of those other ones.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Yeah, I don't remember I Can Read With My Eyes Shut. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
The more you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rhymer.
He was.
He was rhyming and rapping before he was even.
Before anyone else was.
Dr. Seuss. How come there was never a rapper named Dr. Seuss? There probably should have been.
Maybe like copyright or something.
Yeah, probably something like that. All right, Cricket's got quotes every day at 4:20. Childhood quotes, adult quotes, singing lyrics, whatever.
You never know.
You never know. Quotes from U of A athletes sometimes as well. So there you go.
We got to get a best U.S. men's national team member quote.
Ooh, yeah. That would be a good one.
Like Lawless or somebody.
Yeah, we'll have to do that maybe this week. Hopefully the United States wins tonight and keeps this thing going. All right, we're going to talk some soccer coming up. John Proman will join us. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
And from the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Wrecks reported River and Sabino Canyon and River Road, Alvernon and Dodge Boulevard and Alvernon. They do intersect to the north. They intersect near the JCC and the Brandy Fenton Memorial Park. Crash Alvernon and Dodge. 81 the overnight low, 107 tomorrow with an excessive heat warning. Oh, and 106 now. It's going to be hot. Yeah. Excessive heat warning 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. Wednesday. And 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
My family was having significant challenges, so I dropped out of high school. I returned to school as a computer science major to support my family. And Earn to Learn and Hughes Federal Credit Union helped me get back on the right track, teaching me to be responsible with my money and planning for my future. Learning about the credit union difference gave me the life goal to never bank anywhere else.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
Kohl's knows summer comes with a few family debates, like what's the best ice cream flavor, or who gets the good pool noodle. But when it comes to Kohl's summer outfits, everyone's in agreement. They're comfy, they're cool, they're stylish, and they're here to make everyone's summer feel a little easier. Shop now for looks that the whole family will sign off on at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Paid non-attorney
attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Might we get a goal tonight from the United States star, who is known as Captain America?
Here's Robinson in the Senegal half on the left-hand side. Down the line he goes for Ricardo Pepi. He plays it inside now for Christian Pulisic to the right-hand side of the penalty area. Across the face of goal and in next to no time. It's Serginho Dest to open the scoring for the United States. In full fabulous flow. Pepi down the left-hand side for Christian Pulisic, whose first touch drove him in towards the penalty area. He flashed the ball across the face of goal into an unmarked Serginho Dest, who scores his third goal for the United States. And after just 6 minutes in North Carolina, it's the United States 1, Senegal 0. Flash forward on the halfway line by Alex Freeman into Rayner on the right-hand side and in towards Christian Pulisic. It's a goal for the United States from one end of the field to the other. Glorious build-up. Christian Pulisic, the United States number 10, with a 10 out of 10 goal. And just short of 20 minutes, the United States leads Senegal by 2-0, and it's that boy again, Christian Pulisic.
The United States needs their Captain America tonight against Belgium. Let's talk some soccer. Let's get you ready. We are 34 minutes now away from kickoff tonight in Seattle. A guy who was up in Seattle just a few weeks ago. The last time, in fact, the United States played up there. John Perlman from FC Tucson joins us now. He has been with us throughout the tournament, breaking down the play. Not only is that game happening tonight, but your local boys, the boys in black, as we like to call them, are going to be on the pitch on the road tonight against Stars FC. 2 games left in the regular season, and FC Tucson needing some wins as well. We'll chat a little bit about that as well. John, appreciate you joining us. So describe what the environment was like the last time the United States was there as compared to how you think it's going to be there in Seattle tonight.
Well, it's certainly electric. I was not at the game. I was in the overall fan zone community, and it was electric. I mean, all the games in Seattle. Seattle's an incredible place to see a game, but you're gonna see a game now with the Belgians probably mapping out 5,000 seats and 60,000 U.S. fans rabid, believing that this is our big moment. And obviously Balgun being able to play is a huge lift. But this is the first time we're playing what you'd call blue blood, a team that's, people expected or maybe thought could be a Final Eight or a Final Four team in Belgium. And, there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered, for us in terms of defensively against big-time opponents. Obviously, in the friendly match, they did very well against us. And while Hunter Freeman has been terrific, it's a lot different going against somebody like Doku. And then after playing a tough 75 minutes when, somebody like Belgium can bring on Lukaku, you have to understand that this is going to be mental concentration from minute one to minute end. But again, I thought we dealt very well with Bosnia and with a tough decision and found our moment and defended well and in critical moments created critical chances. So again, Captain America is going to be big, David, but everyone's going to have to be big tonight, especially the man between the posts, Matt Freese.
John, we talked about it in the first hour. The stars have showed up in this tournament. When you think about the best in the world, Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Harry Kane, Erling Haaland have all scored big. Christian Pulisic, the star of this team, has been the one guy that has not. He's dealt with some injuries. How much of what we were seeing from him at the offensive end is maybe the injury side of it, but are you seeing things as well that some of these teams are doing to try to take him away at the offensive end?
Yeah, I think everyone knows when a team sets up defensively, they're going to key on Christian. But I think he's done a terrific job with the ball, holding it up, making good decisions, playing well. I thought he's been very effective. Your role is to run and make space, and sometimes your role is to occupy. And I think he's playing well. Obviously, he sat out the game he needed to. He came on when he could. And the reality is I think he's in good form and in good health now. And, tonight it's a night where we're going to need a goal or an assist or a key drawn foul from him. And he has proven he can do that in those big moments. And I really think he's in good form. And I'm excited for his performance tonight. And he's answered the bell in big moments. And he's played in big stadiums and in big situations. So I think, if there's anyone who'll be prepared for the moment, it will be him.
John Perlman is our guest, FC Tucson founder, talking United States, Belgium tonight. John, you are our soccer insider, so I want to get your thoughts, obviously, on the story, and that is that Folarin Balgun will be playing tonight. His suspension lifted. We talked in the first hour. This is not. The fact that he was suspended is not anything out of the norm because it's that way in all the leagues. You get a red card, you have to sit the next game. We may not agree with the extent of that as Americans, that you should have to sit an entire next game for something to happen in the last game, but that's not unusual in soccer. We can argue whether or not it was a foul or an egregious foul, or as the referee said, serious foul in that game the other night. But what are your thoughts on how this all played out? The fact that this was overturned and Balogun's going to be on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see him reinstated, and obviously I'm a victim of what I read on the internet and trying to discern how this exactly went down. And you see there's obviously precedent for red cards being changed or suspended or being pushed off and all of those types of things for matches. Again, if I look at it from the perspective of the event itself, red card is probably a harsh decision. I can understand it because it's really hard to prove intent. So because you'd be saying about every flagrant one, right, in an NBA game where somebody's accidentally trying to defend, but they turn their elbow, hit somebody in the face. So I think it's, the safety of players is the priority, and that's how that ended up happening. But in review, I think they maybe felt that, this is a guy jumping into natural action, and the result was unfortunate, but certainly without the intention to hurt or cause bodily injury. And, they decided to change their mind. I think what's challenging, obviously, is the Belgian complaint is when you prepare your team in the 2 days or the 1 day before without that player, and you're thinking it's going to be a Pepe or a Haji, right? Players with different key qualities, it's a market disadvantage. But, at the end of the day, let's be very clear. If I'm Belgium, there are better teams in the U.S. moving through. If you can't deal with Balgun, who's, not even considered before this tournament, the first a first-tier striker. You've dealt with stronger players. You had Marmouche, in the first game against Egypt, and you have the players to do this. I think your head's got to be very far away from Balgun and very much into, but it's really a testament to how well he's played that people could be so upset that he's playing, because going into the tournament, I don't know that anyone was sure about any of our nines. So I'm glad he's playing. I think it's overall the right feeling. How it went about, whether our beloved president made a call or this happened or that happened. Bottom line is, I don't feel like the decision was necessarily correct. I think going back and getting it right and having someone else look at it is the same as they are looking at when this a pivotal historical moment-changing moment. You want all the best guys to be out there if it's proper and it's within the scope of the rules. But ultimately, listen, tonight's going to be so many different moments, not just Balgun's. And Belgium's going to have to be very good tonight, and the U.S. is going to have to be very good. And it could come down to a singular moment by any player. So for me, I think he deserves to be in the game. The process, I think we all can look over. But ultimately, in 30 minutes, this game is kicking off with him playing. And the Belgians have plenty of weapons and plenty of ways to deal with us. And we have some key players that are going to be tough for them. I think the game for me is going to be simply one where it's been won for the U.S. It's the three central midfielders, Tillman, Adams, and McKinney. They've been the best players on our team in terms of role and expected performance, winning the ball, great decisions, great in possession, tireless. They've outplayed every central midfield we've played. And while Belgium is very talented there, they do have an aging De Bruyne, so the youthfulness and the counter-pressing that we're doing is going to be the difference in the game. If that continues and we're able to do that, we're able to strike first. But if we get in a position, where, those players are not performing, giving the ball away in bad areas, and aren't defending with the intensity they have, I think we'll have a lot of problems against a team. It certainly has the quality to pick you apart.
John Proman is our guest, FC Tucson. John, L3's run came to an end with the loss to London last night. What stood out to you about the way that they performed and just the unbelievable energy that they got from their home crowds throughout this tournament? It was really beautiful to see.
I think you can really break that game down and say Mexico was better for all of except maybe 60 seconds of that match.
Yeah.
And in that 60-second period, they forgot that Jude Bellingham is one of the best players in the world. And the penalty given up at 2-1 is really something that shouldn't happen. But again, when we talked about, the games, and as you've talked about, the stars have shown up. And Gordon, Kane, and Bellingham showed up huge, as did Jordan Pickford. I mean, some amazing management of his players in front of him, some brave defending. But the save early in the game on the header, I mean, he's come with sort of the longest England guy with the least probable, status. But I think Pickford proves why he's been the number one forever. It's not just the saves, it's the emotion, it's his ability to play in big moments and not be afraid, and his leadership on the field. So I feel terrible. I loved Mexico in this tournament. I loved watching them. And I don't think they were hard done. I just think, they just couldn't quite find that goal. When the red card happened, I really thought they were going to turn that match 3-2. And what a compelling, and I was at Corbett's, and that place, I was very happy that everyone was I thought there was going to be a riot. I thought I was going to be running for my life because I don't support England. I support Mexico. And in that moment, I really wanted to see Mexico do well. I have so many players on our team and staff that love Mexico, and it means so much to them and to their families. And obviously, Tucson to me is a huge. Obviously, it's always 50-50 on my teams with U.S. fans and Mexico fans. And when we're not playing them, I'm pulling for El Tri. And again, I think they gave their fans everything they could give them. And what a night in Aztec, and no one will ever forget if they were at that game.
All right, the boys in black got a big one tonight against Stars FC. Two regular season games left. 5 points out of that second place spot. Can you guys get there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to win tonight and finish at Capo with a win, and then we need a little bit of help from our friends in Ventura. Their last match is against Redlands, or if Ventura can fall in their last two matches. I mean, anything's possible, but the reality is, we've got to catch Redlands, and we're going to need a little help. And unfortunately, Ventura might not be inclined to help us, which is what happened in 2023. But they are the match of the week in USL too, and there could be in that match, a space in the Open Cup on the line if they don't finish first. So hopefully Ventura will have a lot of healthy bodies and a lot of pride and help us out. But when you get a rival like that, Redlands is their in-state rival, but maybe they hate us a little bit less this year. I don't know. But the bottom line is we're going to need help. But it's nothing if we don't get another great result like we played on Saturday. Just a tremendous performance against a tough Stars team. And not a lot of people are going into Ottawa University, into the heat, and able to be successful. If any team is designed for it, it's another team from Arizona. So we're excited about tonight. We're driving up, and we're going to give it everything we have because we still believe if we can get in, we can go all the way. So we're pushing hard.
13, John, real quick before we let you go, 13 draws at the top of this table between Ventura County, Redlands, Stars, and you guys. Does that kind of speak to just the high level of competition that there have been that many stalemates so far this season?
Yeah, the conference has been, absolutely outstanding. There's been results from everybody except for the bottom, and that's really, our draw against AMSG, which is their only points, really is the difference for us right now, where we'd be very much in the driver's seat, and we have not performed well on the road the last 2 years. We've tried to do different things to solve it operationally, training on turf, doing all those things. But again, when we go on the road, a lot of these games sit at 6 o'clock in the evening on Generation 1 turf fields in front of 75 people. And you just don't, you have to create your own energy in your own moments. And when teams are sitting in low block and we give up 2 chances and 1 goal out of it, we're chasing the game and the ball's bouncing and rubber's flying everywhere from old tires and, the wind's blowing and, we were coming out of a van after 10 hours the day before. It's never easy. But these are things that teams say that don't win championships. And I'm not an excuse guy. I'm only saying that we have to address them and we have to be better on the road. Because if we pick up 2 road wins, we're not having this conversation. We're talking about Open Cup next year. We're talking about road to the championship. So, again, we're not done. It's all about players developing. This is how they learn, through successes, through failures. And hopefully we have 2 final successes and put a lot of pressure on Ventura and on Redlands to perform at the end of their season.
All right, 7:30 tonight up at Ottawa University, Stars FC Tucson, and then back home this weekend for the final regular season match of the season against Capo, and that will be on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. John, always appreciate the chance to talk to you. We'll do it again.
Fantastic, David. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you.
John Perlman, FC Tucson founder. He is our insider and has been with us this entire run in the World Cup. And again, get out and support the boys in black this weekend as they wrap up play out at Keno North Stadium. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We're going to go out to Dragon Ball. He's downtown. Dragon Ball plus our top plays as well. Coming up for you. Cricket is here now, getting you home every 20 minutes or getting you to that watch party. Where are you headed? She's got all the information you need to know happening out there on the streets of Tucson.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Collisions reported I-10 near Kolb on the eastbound side of I-10. Near Kolb Road reported wreck. Other collisions, River and Sabino Canyon and River Road. Hit and run wreck at Alverdon and Dodge Boulevard. They do intersect near the JCC. 81 the overnight low, 107 tomorrow, and 107 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio. 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
It's no secret, today's diesel isn't as good as it should be. Diesel lacks lubricity. That can lead to fuel system failure, costing thousands in repairs. But you can prevent those issues with Hot Shot Secret products. Clean injectors boost cetane, increase fuel economy while adding 4 times more lubricity than the leading competitor. Claims proven by real-world use and confirmed by third-party ASTM testing. Available nationwide at truck stops, farm and automotive stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Hey there, pizza and ice cream lovers! Get excited because Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream is now open at the Oro Valley Marketplace. We've got something for everyone: a private party room, arcade, golf simulator, and even a coin-operated train to keep the little ones entertained. Hungry? Dive into our weekday lunch buffet or have a leisurely Sunday brunch with a stunning view of Push Ridge. Be sure to ask about our new secret menu launching in July, featuring all things watermelon. If you can't stop in, enjoy free delivery through August, and now delivering to our friends in Saddlebrook. Catch every minute of the International Soccer Tournament on our more than 25 TVs. That's Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream at the Oro Valley Marketplace. Come for the pizza, stay for the fun.
And this Friday, we've got a Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream sweet deal for you. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
A fiduciary has the regulatory obligation to put your best interest first. Trajan Wealth is a financial fiduciary for your investments. Call today, 520-200-1600.
Securities offered through Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, this will be the second game of the day coming up in the World Cup, the United States and Belgium. One game today is already in the books. Portugal and Spain.
Lovely ball through, and there it is! Spain, Mikel Merino, scorer of big goals. Looks like he settled this one.
Mikel Merino in the 91st minute, or 90 plus one, as they officially list those types of goals after we get into stoppage time. Spain beats Portugal 1-0. And they advance, ending likely the long career of Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano.
Spain
Ronaldo.
and France coming in were the favorites.
Yeah.
But everybody knows, Portugal, I think the stat is, DK, that Portugal didn't win any international tournaments before Cristiano Ronaldo, and they've won 3, never won the World Cup with him, but certainly the greatest player in their country's history and one of the, probably 5 best ever.
Very emotional. Ronaldo, after that loss today, they were emotional the other night after they won to advance. Obviously, they had their fallen star last year who was killed in a car accident as well. So good run, though, by Portugal to get to this point. Spain, however, is moving on.
And this was his 6th World Cup, by the way.
Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo, not a young guy anymore. His 6th. First player ever to score in 6 different World Cups.
And I believe he had 3 goals in this World Cup tournament. All right, United States and Belgium. Watch parties all over Southern Arizona. Where are you watching it tonight? 520-848-1290. We have dispatched Dragon Ball downtown Tucson to find out what is happening with United States soccer fans tonight. He joins us right now from the Playground Bar and Grill, which is over the years tended to be ground zero for soccer fans here in Southern Arizona. I can remember when I was working in TV at both KOLD, CBS 13, Fox 11, as well as KVOA News 4, going down to watch games with both the United States and Mexico fans at the playground. And I mean, there's times that I've been at the playground during soccer where you could barely move. There were so many people there. Dragon Ball joins us now. Dragon Ball, set the scene downtown for us right now.
Well, I'm not sure if you maybe just described it for me, like you've got a pair of eyes down here, too. We're also getting to a point where it's starting to get a little bit difficult to move around. The bar seemingly is already fully packed out. Got a couple of tables already that are about 6 to 8 people deep. People already going out to sit outside in the patio. The misters are going. This is really starting to look like it's going to be a big scene for the U.S. Watch party going on here at the playground here in downtown Tucson. And just getting into the area to park in downtown Tucson was a bit of a feat for me as well. A lot of people scrambling to try and find one of those 2-hour zones here on the side of the street. Had to find my way over to the garage after getting cut off a couple of times. But it is a very hectic scene in downtown Tucson and inside the area here in the playground.
All right, so what jerseys are you seeing? Are you seeing a jersey? Is it mostly Pulisic jerseys? Are you seeing a lot of jerseys of the other American players down there in terms of what people are wearing?
I've seen a lot. I've seen a couple Pulisic. I've seen a Dempsey. I've seen a Bradley.
Oh, wow.
I've seen a lot of people, though, having some of those very classic, shall I say, downright hard to ignore USA-clad shirts and shorts all over the place right now, including somebody here who has the American flag draped on the back of their chair here at the bar. There's a lot of folks here that are ready, including somebody here in a McKinney jersey as well. So there's a lot of different looks here when it comes to fashion for watching the Team USA game here.
All right, so you mentioned some old school guys for sure. I mean, that we might have to do a question of the day on that. If you're buying an old school jersey, United States soccer jersey, whose jersey are you buying? Well, J-Dub, whose jersey are you buying if you're buying an old school USA men's soccer team jersey?
I don't know. I mean, there's so few ultra world-class superstars to pick from in the history, but I like the characters, and I think there's no bigger character than Lawless, so I'll take Alexi Lawless jersey.
Okay, so I don't even remember what was his number. I would probably, I would probably get me a Tim Howard jersey. I was always a huge Tim Howard.
Alexi Lawless wore 22.
Okay, so he wore, and Tim Howard, let's see, Tim Howard's
some
number.
of the greatest head of hair you've ever seen.
He just looked
head of hair you've ever seen.
And red. You don't see the big red beard and mustache and the headband. He had a look. He definitely had a look going on.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Howard wore 3 numbers during his time. He wore number 1. He wore number 12 as when he started his national career. And he also changed to 24 at one point. But most people remember Tim Howard for wearing number 1. I think I would probably I think I would get me a Tim Howard jersey. How about you, Dragon Ball? Whose jersey would you get?
Oh, I would have gone with a Freddie Adu. Freddie Adu was one of my favorite players during the national team era.
Wow. How many caps did he have? A lot of caps?
Well, he started when he was like 16, right?
Yeah.
On the national team. Because we started hearing about Freddie when he was 13 or 14. He was one of those, one of the next guys up, Sports Illustrated Next or something.
He only had 17 caps. That's not a lot.
Well, he got talked about a lot as a 15, 16, 17-year-old as being the next. And then when he was in his mid-20s, maybe not so much.
I'll tell you what, though, on the FIFA video game, he was a stud.
Okay.
That's where I remember him.
There you go. Yeah, I can remember when he was a part of those FIFA video games for sure. All right, Dragon Ball is down at the playground right now. The teams are about to walk out onto the field. Dragon Ball, we're going to check back in with you again at the after the top of the hour and let's see if you can get us a crazy fan to talk to see.
Oh yeah, no, I've got plenty of subjects here that I can go up to for sure. So there's no shortage of choice for me down here.
There you go. All right, he is down at the playground. Watch parties again all over the city tonight for this United States men's national team game against Belgium, which is going to be kicking off here in about 7 minutes. So we will be watching it with you for the last hour of our show coming up. All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We've got our question of the day, and that goes back to the fact that Folarin Balgun is playing tonight, and part of the reason he is because the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, made a call to FIFA and asked for this to be looked at maybe a little bit closer. And then the ruling was taken down. And Balogun's banishment for 1 game will not be happening tonight. You can vote on that right now. The question was it appropriate for President Trump to intervene with FIFA on behalf of Folarin Balgun and the United States men's national team? They are now playing the national anthem of Belgium. J-Dub, if we could, well, I don't know if we can do. That's probably not legal for us to. I would say let's play the national anthem of the United States.
We're not even allowed to call it the World Cup.
Exactly. So I don't think we would want to pull that up. That probably would not be correct thing to do there. But yeah, you can head over to Twitter right now and vote. Was it appropriate? Right now, 75% of you saying no, it was not appropriate for the President of the United States to intervene on behalf of the U.S. men's national team. And 75-25 is the vote right there right now. Checking in with us, our guy, Paul in Phoenix, checks in on the text groove. He says, whoever said the phrase, cheaters never prosper, they have never obviously watched FIFA soccer. There you go. That's our guy, Paul in Phoenix, checking in.
I could give you maybe a taste of the U.S. national anthem.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Let's. I'm saying we probably shouldn't play it off the air, though. Like, we could just play a version of it, but I wouldn't want to play it off the broadcast.
But it's not the crowd singing, which is what I'm listening to right now.
There you go. There you go. All right. They are currently playing the United States national anthem. We will be in action when we come back. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Want to know where you're watching the game, what your feelings are as we get set for this contest between the USA and Belgium. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. I-10 near Kolb Road, eastbound. I-10 near Kolb, crash and backups on the eastbound side of I-10. Approaching and passing Kolb Road. Another wreck at River and Sabino Canyon and River Road. And I'm Cricket, and your weather, 81 the overnight low and excessive heat warning, 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. Wednesday. About 107 tomorrow, it's 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging and replacement, batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
To back
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices.
Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, finding high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Party at your place this summer? Fix things up inside and out with July 4th deals, now at Lowe's. Get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $80 on a select Charbroil Performance Series gas grill, now $299. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
We are already 1 minute. We are into minute number 2 of tonight's game between the United States and Belgium. Things are underway. No score early, but a quick chance for Belgium and a great save by Matt Freese, the goaltender, for the United States. USA-Belgium in the round of 16. United States men's national team trying to get to the quarterfinals for the first time, second time ever, and first time since 2002. Corner kick for the Belgium team does not get through, and so the United States defense looking good early here through the first 3 minutes.
Is that Belgium or Miami? The sky blue neon pink.
Right?
Yeah, that's a Miami color set, is it not?
Yeah, they are in the lighter colored jerseys tonight if you're watching, and the United States are in their blue tonight, blue jerseys up in Seattle for this game. And Folarin Balgun is on the pitch tonight. He is on the pitch because FIFA, a governing body around soccer, rescinded the red card that was issued to him during the game on Thursday night. They win over Bosnia-Herzegovina, and so he is able to play tonight. The FIFA folks got a call from the president of the United States. Let's hear from your president about that conversation that he had with FIFA and why he felt it was necessary for a conversation to be had.
So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete, and I understand sports really well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was 2 guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going, no, these were 2 great athletes that got tangled up. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's our best player or one of our best players, a very vital player. And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review by FIFA. I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold. And he was good before this started, but he really pushed it in this country. I'm the one that got them to do it.
All right, so there you go. That's the President of the United States speaking today. He spoke at a press conference. I don't think it was specifically about this event, but he answered some questions about his decision to intervene on behalf of the United States men's national team. Because, again, it was believed the U.S. team had no recourse after that because FIFA does not have an appeals process to dispute yellow and red cards. But what they do have is a disciplinary committee that takes a look at these things and can uphold and or reverse decisions. And that's what happened in this case. And I'll go back to what I said at the top of the show. For me, I don't know that and again, I may have missed it. These conversations might have taken place on Thursday, Friday. I don't know that I ever heard of this disciplinary committee and that there was even a chance that something like this could happen. And I think that's what maybe bends people, the people that maybe are against this reinstatement, maybe bends them the wrong way, is it feels like this kind of came out of left field and nobody really knew it was even possible when, like, as soon as this happened, even on the broadcast that night, it would have been nice for them to say, well, yes, by rule he's out, but there is a committee, a disciplinary committee that looks at these instances, and there could be a possibility that it may be overturned. I didn't hear any of that. I'm not saying that it wasn't said. I'm just saying I didn't hear anything of that notion. And I think that's where maybe some of the people get a little bit upset about how this all went down, because it seems like all of a sudden on yesterday, we find out, there's this judicial body that independent FIFA's independent judicial body that overturned this red card compulsory suspension, and now he's able to play. So that's all I'm saying is, like, why was nobody talking about that? Why was nobody talking about that? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290.
Yeah, I mean, that had to have been going on behind the scenes. Just to reset, though, this is the second time this has ever happened during a World Cup. The last time was in 1962, famously for Brazil's best player to play in the championship game. I think it's hard to take your national pride out of conversations like this, DK, but if the King of England calls up the head of FIFA and says, Harry Kane got a red card last game, but we really need him in our game tonight, and England is hosting the World Cup in that scenario, I'm sure the opinions would be a little bit different. But from the outside looking in, that's exactly what this conversation is. The president of the host country of the World Cup got involved. And as you said many times, DK, if there was a process, there is no process to appeal red cards.
Right.
You can appeal yellow cards, multiple yellow cards, but there is no process for that. And the situation where the head of state gets involved is going to have the rest of the world talking about it. That's just how this is going to work.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Okay, we do have one top play on this game tonight, and we were talking about Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic has not scored a goal yet in this World Cup tournament for the United States. So we have Captain America to score an anytime goal tonight at plus 185. So Christian Pulisic to score an anytime goal at plus 185. We already have one win in the books today because they gave us early Spain over Portugal on the money line, and Spain won today by a score of 1-0. So we had Spain at minus 105 on the money line today. So we did pick up $12.25 off our $12.90 bet there in that one. All right. Watch parties all over Tucson. Oh, and is that going to count for Belgium? Belgium has just scored with 8:43. I also spent all of last weekend trying to explain offsides.
That was just a really poor clear by the U.S. defense.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, they were down near goal, and the ball went in and was deflected, and then there was a header, and a really poor communication among the defenders, and it bounced right into the foot of a Belgian player who made one quick move and then found the end of the goal, the open net.
So Belgium is up 1-0 as we enter the 9th minute or the 10th minute of this game already. All right, let's go down to the playground. We have got Dragon Ball down there. Dragon Ball, I'm sure there was a collective groan that just took place down there as Belgium takes the early lead in this match tonight.
Oh, yeah, no, a lot of collective groans. There was a couple of claps in the air. Not necessarily the best feeling for the crowd here seeing the goal go in, but still a lot of folks still climbing in right now here at the playground. A lot of tables, not a whole lot of sitting space right now. Everything is kind of standing up right now. So like you mentioned earlier, it's a lot of difficulty moving around right now here in the playground.
All right, so you got anybody down? Got any crazy fans down there right now?
We do. As soon as I can go and figure out how to go and get the audio back to you guys, I'll let you know. But I did get a chance to talk with a gentleman by the name of Marco Soraya, he was very, very poignant in that Christian Pulisic, his injuries have been the main reason why he hasn't been able to step up as the star this team needs. So he thinks that this will be a game that he will go ahead and have a goal here tonight. So he believes in the anytime goal bet there as well. So, but again, as soon as I can get the sign-ins, everything, they'll start working together. I'll see if I can get the audio to you.
All right. Dragon Ball is down at the playground right now. Big crowd down there in downtown Tucson watching the United States game tonight against Belgium. USA down early by a count of 1-0. Okay, so it is football night in America. Football night in America. But it is also getting pretty close to football season in America. The Big 12 Media Days are going to be starting tomorrow. The Wildcats will be on the stage on Wednesday. We'll have some interviews coming up for you down there. In fact, on Wednesday, don't forget, we are back down at Showtime Cards on Wednesday for Wild Card Wednesday. I think this is like will be the 11th one we've done down at Showtime Cards. So we'll be back down with George Mari's and company. So join us down there on Wednesday for that. Also, the NFL season is right around the corner. And I think we've got a top play today involving one of your favorite NFL Tucson Suns. Let's hear what they have to say about one famous South Point Catholic grad.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the Bullets with Westwood One Sports. Bijan Robinson will be the best offensive player in the NFL this season. Atlanta's Mr. Everything has played every game over the last 3 years. Likely to dominate touches, he's in line for another 2,000-plus total yards and 12 to 15 TDs. Toss in a favorable schedule, and Bijan to win Offensive Player of the Year at plus 900 is a sound play. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, Bijan Robinson plus 900 to win NFL Offensive Player of the Year. That is how big a star Bijan Robinson is right now. He is putting himself in the position to come away with some major awards.
I mean, he's in that sweet spot, right? Like, we think of the dominance of Saquon Barkley 4 years ago. That was around 24, 25 years of age, right? After you've been in the league for 2 or 3 years, DK, understand the rhythm of it and are in your physical prime. I mean, Bijan right now, was he 24 years old?
Yeah.
And he knows what's up, and people are scared of him, and their entire scheme's around him. I would not be surprised if that came true.
Bijan Robinson plus 900 to win NFL Offensive Player of the Year. So take that bet right there, right now, over at BetMGM. That's a great place to get it. Or locally, head on out to Casino del Sol, Sol Sports, to find your top plays. All right, we are at the 14th minute of today's game, soccer match between the United States and Belgium. And right now it has mostly been, the play has been down at the offensive end for Belgium. I don't know if I've even seen the United States take a shot yet in this game.
I mean, every pass from Belgium is crisp and right on the foot of the intended receiver. I've seen 2 or 3 really sloppy passes from America so far. You just got to continue to string along, maintain possession. You know, you really can't get clean shots on goal and any kind of, build up unless you continue to maintain possession. So maybe some nerves out there, DK, but Belgium looks really, really strong.
And we just mentioned, mentioned earlier, this is, if this is in fact the biggest game in the history of this program, being that they've, only had a chance to go to the quarterfinals one other time, or have advanced, I should say, to the quarterfinals one other time, because this is they played in the round of 16. This is their 5th game, so they're 1-3 in these games all time. But if they don't win in this round on their home soil, would this be a major disappointment for this side? I mean, would we look at this as I mean, again, I think I always talk about baselines.
Yeah,
what the baselines are. What did you think the baseline was going in for this team? Was it the quarterfinals? Was it them getting to this round? I think most people wanted to see them at least win one knockout round game, which of course, was kind of elevated a bit this year because they added, 16 more teams. So easier to get into the knockout round with 32 teams and win a game. But do they need to win this game for you to say, okay, regardless of what happens after this, that it's a successful tournament for the United States?
I mean, personally, I think of it a lot like college basketball, where, the University of Arizona made the Final Four, DK. They did not win the national championship. they were ranked number 1 a lot of the year, right? Is that a disappointment that they didn't win the championship? I mean, I think that is the case for France and for Spain, if you're talking about this World Cup. But America came in ranked 14th or 15th in the world. I think a top 8 finish would be amazing. Obviously, if you're one of the final 4 teams remaining, would be unbelievable. But is it a disappointment if they don't get past the round of 16? I mean, they're one of the 15, 16 best teams in the world. They're not one of the top 5 teams in the world. So I don't think expectations are for them to get past this round. I think, they've had their best shot. I mean, obviously, Belgium is really strong, but this isn't, one of the top juggernaut teams in the world. They're not playing France. They're not playing Spain. So the opportunity is there. I wouldn't look at it as a giant disappointment if they lose this game. I think it would have been a giant disappointment, DK, if they didn't get out of pool play.
Right.
Is the real measurement right there.
Absolutely. 520-848-1290, 1-0 Belgium here in the 17th minute in Seattle, the round of 16 game between the United States and Belgium. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. And weather together. Collision Silver Bell near Ironwood Hill Drive north of Ironwood Hill Drive on Silver Bell. Crash I-10 near Kolb on the eastbound side of I-10 near Kolb. Some slow and go travel on eastbound I-10 approaching and passing Kolb Road. 81, the overnight low and excessive heat warning tomorrow, 10 a.m. Tomorrow until 8 p.m. on Wednesday. 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow it down. They make sleep easy.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The Golden State Valkyries made history last year when they became the first WNBA expansion team to reach the playoffs in their inaugural season. The franchise came into the 2026 campaign with high expectations, and so far, they're looking like title contenders. The Valkyries sit in 3rd place of the league standings and boast a 14-7 record overall. They've rattled off 4 straight wins, with 3 of those coming against the Atlanta Dream. Golden State guard Veronica Burton scored 21 points in her team's 88-83 road victory over Atlanta on Saturday.
Atlanta's an incredible team. I think we're well aware of that. I'm not sure it's necessarily just against them. I think we've been playing some really good basketball lately. We just happen to play them a lot as of late. But, we just have been playing more complete games. That's what we've talked about.
Burton and the Valkyries are back in action tonight when they visit the Washington Mystics. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
There he is, Mr. Big-Time Capital One Bank guy.
Mom, please.
Well, look at this Capital One Cafe. I just might move in.
Or just drop by. Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week.
I could put my spoon collection right here by the ATM, yes.
Wow, you weren't kidding, Mom.
I never kid about the spoon collection, son. Oh, hey, what's that thing you always say?
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
No, the other one.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's my boy.
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguide for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
In this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the average, Cumulus Digital gives leaders the edge, beating industry averages by 25%. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
My family was having significant challenges, so I dropped out of high school. I returned to school as a computer science major to support my family. And Earn to Learn and Hughes Federal Credit Union helped me get back on the right track, teaching me to be responsible with my money and planning for my future. Learning about the credit union difference gave me the life goal to never bank anywhere else.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
Cactus RV, Arizona's largest pre-owned travel trailer and RV dealership, offering the most affordable pre-owned RVs, travel trailers, and toy haulers. Offering consignments on RVs, travel trailers, trucks, cars, and SUVs. Call now, 888-2244, cactusrv.com, or visit us on Romero, just north of Prince.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we, I believe, have reached the hydration break at the World Cup. 24 minutes in, 1-0 Belgium. I feel like I should have the entire vacation, J-Dub. The hydration break was cue to lift a beer. Of course, I'm back on the air right now, so I don't have a beer to lift. So I'll lift my water, which is actual hydration, how you're supposed to do it. But yeah, we were having some fun with that, for sure.
Gotta stay hydrated, DK.
10 days,
especially on vacation.
Watching a ton of soccer. How about that? We haven't even talked about that Cape Verde game against Argentina. We'll get into that.
It was so great.
Yeah, we'll get into that coming up a little bit later as well. Charles de Ketelaere, I think that's how you pronounce the young man's name, scored in the 9th minute to give Belgium a 1-0 lead over the United States of America. So many
nutmegs in this tournament, DK. That was a nutmeg as well. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but yeah, right through the defender's legs was the pass across, the front of the goal, and it was just wide open.
Is this the biggest game in the history of the United States men's national team? A chance to go to the quarterfinals on your home turf right now. That is the question. We have got Dragon Ball downtown. He is at a watch party at the playground. Dragon Ball, what you got down there?
All right, David Amati here down at the playground here talking with Marcos. Marcos, so what are you looking forward to with this matchup for Team USA against Belgium?
Yeah, USA's been playing like they've never played before. The passing game is unbelievable. Coach Pochettino has done a really great job with like getting a good energy with the team, and I think there's a really good shot that they'll move on to the quarterfinal here.
If this team's able to make it to the quarterfinal, do you feel that they have a good chance to beat the rest of the squads that are in the quarterfinal? It's a very European-heavy field there. Do you think Team USA has what it takes to potentially get by those squads if they get past Belgium today?
Yeah, for sure. And then with Spain being the next one right off the bat, I think today is the confidence builder. If they can get through Belgium, they can show that they can compete with their European teams, then the sky's the limit, and Spain's next.
And there's been a lot of talk about Folarin Balgun's return in this the matchup against Belgium, but there's been a lot of other players that really haven't shown up. The quote-unquote stars haven't really shined as the other squads have. I mean, Mbappe and Messi, obviously, with Argentina. Do you feel like there's got to be one player that has to step up besides Balogun, who has the 3 goals already?
Yeah, I mean, the tough part has been Pulisic has been injured, and so dealing with the injury is tough. He seems to have gotten some time to recover. I think he's our guy that needs to really step up. McKennie as well. I think between the two of them, if they can feed the ball into Balgun, I think there's a good shot we walk away with a W.
All right, what's your go-to food when you go and enjoy a soccer match?
Oh, you got to do beer and wings. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Marcos.
Thank you.
All right, that was Dragon Ball down at the playground. Beer and wings. That's a great way to watch some soccer. For sure. And a lot of folks downtown at a number of different establishments watching this match here. We are in the about to hit the 28th minute of the match. Belgium is leading the United States by a score of 1-0. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. We mentioned there was a game earlier. Portugal is out now, so the career for Cristiano Ronaldo has likely come to an end, but still a lot of stars left in this tournament as we move through now to find out who the final 8 of this event are going to be. Yesterday, obviously, we had, I believe, 2 matches as well yesterday to kind of get to the first 2 that are going to be in the 8. Norway beat Brazil 2-1, so a lot of surprise there. We mentioned earlier, Erling Haaland
Did you watch
had the
that?
goal. I did not see that.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because Brazil, it's very interesting watching them play because they press and press and press and press. And if they get any inch of space, it's long runs. They're always the fastest team in the world. But Erling Haaland, man, I don't know how much Erling Haaland you've watched, DK, but I got a stat for you.
Okay.
14 consecutive international competitive contests.
Wow.
He has a goal. That's the all-time record. No player has ever scored in 14 straight international. We're not talking about friendlies. We're talking about games that count. 27 goals in those 14 games.
Wow.
He's got 27 goals in his last 14 international competitions, had 2 again against Brazil, and especially that second one was just about the classiest finish I think I've seen in this entire World Cup. He nutmegged the Brazil defender. It was a screamer right along the grass, and it was just undefendable. There's nothing anybody could have done about it. You just can't give that guy any kind of space. He's just, DK, I mean, I've watched quite a lot of soccer in my life. I've never seen a guy at 6'5", 6'6", 230, 240. I mean, he's almost a linebacker out there, a power forward in basketball, only 22, 23. But the skill level, he's that big,
right?
But he's also one of the top 10 most skilled players in the world. It's just something to behold.
We got to educate our audience, J-Dub. So when you say nutmeg, for those that don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Nutmeg means you put the ball between the defender's legs. It's a term that came from soccer, but you'll see that in basketball as well. A lot of fancy. I've seen Kyrie Irving nutmeg guys a few times here and there. It's a real street basketball kind of move. But in soccer, if you think about it, defenders have to get low to prevent passes left and or right. So oftentimes the best course of action is to go right between. And Haaland picked the perfect spot because there's nowhere else that ball could have gone for him. And in addition to this goal that Belgium scored versus USA, if you see the replay from the goal line side angle, you'll see that there was nowhere else for that pass to be made except for through the U.S. defender's legs.
So this is the second half of the bracket we've got going on today and tomorrow. The round of 8 started on Saturday. Morocco blew out Canada, France over Paraguay. That was the game in Philadelphia where we were. And then Sunday, it was Norway over Brazil in the early game we just mentioned. And then England with the 1-goal win over Mexico, playing 10 down or playing a man down for the better part of the last.
Yeah, I think
40
that was like
of that game.
About 52-minute mark or something like that is when their player was sent off with a red card. So it was the last 35, 40 minutes of the second half plus those 11 minutes of stoppage time. It was a long time with 10 down.
It looks like we got a free kick for the United States and a goal. A goal for the United States on a free kick. And it's all tied up at 1-1. How about that for the United States? Yeah.
Sorry, that's all I can give you.
Malik Tillman, who scored in the last game against Bosnia Herzegovina, say that 5 times fast, has ignited the sold-out crowd in Seattle to equalize this game. We'll have to go back down to our guy Dragon Ball.
Oh, it got deflected by the wall.
Oh, wow.
Look, watch.
Yeah.
It goes into the wall, and he heads it.
Oh, he headed
so
it.
So
the defender headed it.
Actually put his head out to make contact with the ball and headed the ball right into the goal because the goalie guessed the other direction. So
my goodness.
That's an own goal right there.
That is an own goal for sure.
I mean, I don't even know if a deflection is considered an own goal. You kick the ball into your own net, that's an own goal.
Yeah.
But that was a self-inflicted wound. Let's put it that way.
1-1, so we're 1-1 now, thanks to Malik Tillman, who has now scored. He's the next to now Flo Balgun. He is the only other member of the United States men's national team that has scored multiple goals in this tournament. That is his second goal in as many matches for the United States. We are now in the 32nd minute, about to go to minute number 33.
It's so
here in the first half.
Different, DK, because we think of the NFL, we think of the NBA, right? So if a team starts the fourth quarter in the NFL down 2 touchdowns, are you panicked? No, that's a couple of turnovers, pick 6, and a good solid drive, and you've tied the game, right? If a team's down 10 points in the NBA with 2 minutes left, is that unsurmountable? No. You can come back from 10 points down. But in soccer, DK, if you're down just by 1 goal and you haven't really been creating many chances, the pressure just continues to mount and mount and mount. So the fact that the U.S. found a way to tie it, as I was speaking.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
They went right back down and got another goal.
They went right back down and got another goal.
On a header. And
anyway, as I was saying, like the pressure mounts as soon as you start falling behind, especially as the semi-underdog team. So yeah, the defense just has not come through for the USA so far through 34 minutes.
Coach is beside himself right now with that one. Yeah, they gave that one up easy, 2 right there. So 2-1 now, Belgium, as they get their second goal, and that's the same guy, Charles. With the header.
So the pass was by 2 defenders, and the header was over 2 defenders. So both of those players were double-teamed on that play, DK. And somehow they found a way.
There you go. All right, before we go to break, let's get you your Diamondbacks download for today because we'll check in on where the boys have gone since the last time we spoke.
Diamondbacks download. Baseball talk.
All right, so 2 All-Stars for your Arizona Diamondbacks. One of them had a chance to win the game on Sunday.
It's been mainly fastballs elevated. That's where Carroll has a little bit of a weak spot right now. 0-2 is a high fly ball right field. Long run for Frelick. Still on the move into foul territory. Jumps, and he made the catch up against the wall, and this ball game is over. Sal Frelick sacrificing his body like only Salvatore can. And the Brewers win it 3-2.
Well, a man was on, down 1 in that game, and Corbin Carroll could not get the 2-run homer to win it. And that was after. So Corbin Carroll's going to the All-Star game. No surprises there. He's been the best Diamondback this season. Also going to the All-Star game was the guy who started yesterday's game, as McKinney now is going to get a yellow card for the United States in this game. So a yellow card for Weston McKennie as he slid into one of the players for Belgium. Yesterday, Eduardo Rodriguez had a 1-zip lead going into the 7th inning. And you'll remember a few weeks ago, Torey Lovullo was going to go take him out, and he fought to stay in the game, and he was able to get out of the inning. And a very similar situation in this instance on Sunday, where he was getting very close to 100 pitches, but Torey left him in the game. This time, however, it did not work out.
1-0 Diamondbacks. The 1-1. Bauer's high drive, right field, back Carroll. He's admiring it. It's flying. Goodbye, Jake Bauers. And the Brewers take the lead in the 7th. A hanging curveball drilled into the seats in right. And that'll be the final pitch thrown by Eduardo Rodriguez. He is now on the losing end of this score.
Yeah, final, that made it 2-1. Diamondbacks fall 3-2, but good outing for Eduardo. 6 innings, just those 2 runs on 5 hits. He gave up both those hits, a single and a homer in the 7th inning, so he'd given up only 3 hits through the first 6 innings of that game. Didn't walk a batter, struck out 3, but that last pitch just got away from him. A tough way to lose, says Torey Lovullo.
This is a tough one to digest. You know, we had a lot of things going in our favor. Erod was really cruising, did a good job, and pitched into that 7th inning. I made a decision that directly impacted the game and sent him back out there for the 7th inning. I thought he deserved that opportunity at 91, 92 pitches to get us a couple outs with some lefties backed up in there, but just made a mistake. A base hit and a home run, and really is a difference in this game. But overall, Erod was fantastic. He had a really good breaking ball, the fastball command. He could throw it where he wanted to, when he wanted to, and we just couldn't crack the code offensively. We had some opportunities, a couple early to break this game open, but we didn't have good quality at bats or solid contact early, and then late we started to hit the ball well. The Pavement Smith at bats really standing out to me, so that's why this game's a little frustrating. Sometimes you do everything right, results in a line drive, and it turns out to be an out. So we got to talk about some of the things that we did wrong, such as getting doubled off second base in that situation. We're going to have a man in scoring position, but these are going to be some learning moments. As frustrating as it is, the sun will come up tomorrow. We're going to have another game. We're on our way to San Diego, and we got to get going. It's time right now. We got to start playing some good baseball, and very consistent baseball, and I know this team's very capable of doing that.
Yeah, this is an interesting series that starts tonight against the San Diego Padres, 6:40 first pitch. The Padres are in a free fall. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games. They're tied with the Diamondbacks. Both teams are a game under 500 at 44 and 45. Both teams are 14 games behind the Dodgers. So, we all knew the Dodgers were going to win this division. So there's nothing new there. But a chance for really the Diamondbacks to potentially put the Padres in a whole lot of bad sorts going into the All-Star break. Brandon Pfaadt gets the ball tonight, back in the starting rotation after going down to the minor leagues. He's 1-1 with a 5.40 ERA. He'll face Walker Buehler tonight. Buehler 5-4, 4.61 earned run average, 6:40 first pitch to start that series on the road in San Diego. So this will be the series to wrap up things heading into the All-Star break for the Diamondbacks. They'll play 3 games. Actually, I'm sorry, they'll play 4 games in San Diego and 3 games in Los Angeles. So 7 straight games against the NL West heading in to next week's break. DK on the Sports Tip. We'll check in with Dragon Ball, who's down at Playground when we come back. Oh, my gosh. Belgium almost scored another goal. They're leading 2-1. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions I-10 near Kolb, eastbound side of I-10 near Kolb. Some slow and go travel on the eastbound I-10 approaching Kolb. Also a wreck Silver Bell near Grant, north of Grant on Silver Bell. 81 the overnight low, 107 tomorrow, and 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Bright, spicy, zesty, impossible to ignore. It brings main character energy to every bite. Not just a sauce, it's a star. Only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
In Tucson, a lot of people make their living on construction sites, on the road, or working in warehouses across town. If you're injured at work, you have rights. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Your business isn't a science experiment. And at Cumulus Digital, we never treat it like one. You shouldn't have to pay an agency to test theories on your dime. At Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute. Our proven framework delivers results 25% better than industry standards. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
Hey there, pizza and ice cream lovers! Get excited because Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream is now open at the Oro Valley Marketplace. We've got something for everyone: a private party room, arcade, golf simulator, and even a coin-operated train to keep the little ones entertained. Hungry? Dive into our weekday lunch buffet or have a leisurely Sunday brunch with a stunning view of Push Ridge. Be sure to ask about our new secret menu launching in July, featuring all things watermelon. If you can't stop in, enjoy free delivery through August, and now delivering to our friends in Saddlebrook. Catch every minute of the International Soccer Tournament on our more than 25 TVs. That's Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream at the Oro Valley Marketplace. Come for the pizza, stay for the fun.
And this Friday, we've got a Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream sweet deal for you. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's July in Tucson. No time to gamble on a cheap AC install. Some of the other AC names got bought out by investment companies and won't stand behind their installs. We stand behind our installs with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Family owned since 2001, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Call 520-492-0748 or online at picturerockschooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we are reaching the end of the first half up in Seattle. We are in the 45th minute right now. Belgium leading the United States 2-1 on the round of 16. A couple of goals. I know I'm butchering this young man's name. Charles de Ketelaere scored in the 9th minute and the 33rd minute. We've got Dragon Ball down at the playground watching with you. Dragon Ball, who you got?
All right, here at Playgrounds here, David Amata talking here with Arik. Arik, so far, this is the first time Team USA has actually been playing from behind most of this World Cup. What is your feeling about this game so far against Belgium?
I mean, it's frustrating. Watching the game, it feels like we're playing soccer and not football. We've been playing with a lot of class, but we just need Poch to get us back in it right now.
Right now, there's been a lot of talk about Balogun's return from the red card, but there's not been a lot of scoring consistently from the stars, quote-unquote, from Team USA. Do you feel like there needs to be somebody on the team right now that's going to have to take over, or is it really more so this kind of spreading the offense around mentality that's going to get this team back into it against Belgium?
Yeah, I mean, I think when CP gets back into it, he's been our star for a lot of his time with the national team. So when CP, Serginho Dest, when they start getting involved, I think we'll have a lot of upside, and hopefully Poch can bring us back into it.
And right now, the biggest thing that I've been noticing with the game is that the middle third has not been kind to the Team USA. Their ability to control the ball has not been in their favor. What's the thing that has to go ahead and shore up on there? Is it shorter passing? Is it just waiting for the angles to open? What do you think?
We need to play our game. We need to play gritty football. We need to play the game the right way, make the short passes, and just keep on hustling and beating them where we can. We just need to play our game and settle it down.
Have you been going to a lot of these watch parties for the World Cup so far since the World Cup started? How's the atmosphere been for you and your friends that you've been going to see these games with?
I mean, the atmosphere's been pretty solid for the most part. I wish there was some more chanting. I've thought of some good ones, especially for this Belgium game, but I'll wait to bust them out if we score. But, it's better than what I expected.
All right, and your go-to food to watch the World Cup?
Oh, go-to food to watch the World Cup? Oxtails, ribs, greens. I wish there were oxtail here, but we'll settle with the Tucson Urban Burger at the Playground.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Arizona Wildcats football.
Here comes the posse, and they sack him. Navy shirts everywhere. They are swarming tonight.
Your most in-depth coverage starts right now.
Caught, inbounds, touchdown Arizona.
This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Fafita will take the snap, and he'll hand off, and there's open field running. Down to the 35 is Grisano, to the 25, to the 20, 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown Arizona. 50-yard run for Ken Grisano, and the Wildcats take the lead.
61 days till Arizona football is on the field at Casino del Sol Stadium. Cannot wait for Kedrick Grisano and the guys to get back out there and get the pads flowing once again. And Ked and company in that running backs room, they've got a new running backs coach this year. Obviously, Alonzo Carter has departed. He's going to be the new head coach this season at Sacramento State, and we're looking forward to all the success, hopefully, that he has up there coaching in his hometown. And Lyle Moival, the former quarterback at the Oregon State Beavers, is going to be the new running backs coach. And we've got Lyle for your Casino del Sol replay.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, Lyle Moive was Alonzo Carter's chief assistant last year in the running backs room, and he talks about what's different now, stepping up to the lead seat.
It's been awesome. It's been a fun transition as far as taking the leading role of the running back coaching position. And I think the biggest difference between last year and this year, as far as being the assistant versus the running back coach, is the recruiting part of it, of being able to get out on the road, going and seeing guys, having conversations with parents, talking to coaches, when we're doing local recruiting out on the road, and being able to just get to know those local coaches as well as some of the other high school coaches out of state. But as far as the X's and O's, the scheme, the accountability part of it, of meeting with those guys, making sure academics are in order, nutrition, strength and conditioning, a lot of that stuff I was already sort of involved in before as the assistant. So recruiting would be the biggest part.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, resorts, and golf.
Yeah, that's maybe one of the little interesting things you don't necessarily realize with some of those the lower level assistants, the assistants to the position coaches, for lack of a better term, is they don't really get a chance to go out in those particular roles, go out and recruit. Only the main assistants can go out and do the recruiting. So allow Moyavai now out on the road, getting a chance to be the full-time running backs coach and touch base with kids and parents and all that kind of thing. So good to see him in that role right now, and then looking for no drop-off whatsoever in that running backs room. Big 12 Media Day starts tomorrow. We'll have some coverage for you. We'll let you hear. So the Wildcats, most of the teams the Wildcats are going to play this season are going to be on the second day with them, which will be Wednesday. 3 of the teams, however, will be, including Arizona State, on the docket tomorrow. So we'll let you hear from a few of the coaches and the players from Frisco, Texas, coming up tomorrow on our show. All right, we've got 6 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. We are through about 5 minutes of that, so we probably got about 30 seconds left here of this first half, and maybe one more last opportunity here for the United States to get a goal. Flo Balgun had a shot, but it was deflected out of bounds. 2-1 Belgium leading. Let's head back out to the playground. We've got David Amata standing by down there. David, you've been talking to a lot of the fans. Set the mood. The United States scored a goal, and then Belgium came right back and got the lead and took the lead right back.
Well, I did send you the video of the immediate aftermath of that free kick goal there, but with the corner kick now setting up, and now the hush of the crowd is pretty much now waiting for the final whistle for the first half here. Everybody a little bit tentative, but still good spirits all around here at the playground as we now go into the half against Belgium.
All right, so what do you think? What's kind of been your assessment of this first half? I know you talked to the last gentleman we heard here at the top of the segment, Eric, and he felt like the United States is not kind of playing their brand of soccer. I thought he was interested. He said they're playing soccer, not football, I think is the way he categorized it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of issue with them getting the ball into the middle third. They haven't had a whole lot of control with their passing right now. It's just a matter, I think they need to go ahead and wait for some passing lanes to open up for them, let the defense of Belgium collapse, and then they'll have an opportunity to go ahead and get themselves in position. But right now, they just haven't really had that. Once they get that control again, they may have a shot here to go and at least find the equalizer here in the second half.
And got to stop this young man, Charles de Ketelaere, who has both of the goals on headers so far here for Belgium. We have reached halftime in Seattle at Lumen Field, a.k.a. Seattle Field, with the Belgium team leading the United States by a score of 2-1. Dragon Ball, great work out there. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow, guys. See you all later.
All right, that is Dragon Ball down at the playground watch party tonight. So, all right, you got probably about 50 more minutes to go to try to get through to the quarterfinals for the second time. We will see how this all plays out.
Yeah, they just got to, like we said earlier, when the game started, DK, a lot of nerves out there. Like we've been, like the person that Dragon Ball interviewed and Dragon Ball himself said, we've been watching this U.S. men's national team really crisp passing. You mentioned the other day about how efficient the passing game was, and that's what's led to the beautiful style of game that they're playing. And I've seen at least 4 or 5 passes that were just a little bit short. Just got to work out those nerves, be confident in there, and just try to take advantage of those chances that they get in the second half.
All right, stay safe out there. 107-degree temperatures, expecting really hot temperatures tomorrow. It's going to be upwards of 110 degrees. So please make sure you are hydrating and staying out of the sun during the most hot times of the afternoon. I'd like to thank John Perlman. He joined us today. Thanks to Dragon Ball. Thanks to JW Madden and Cricket. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow. DK on the Sports Tip at 3 o'clock. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. Collisions reported La Cholla near McGee, north of McGee on La Cholla. Linda Vista near Shannon on Linda Vista near Shannon. Silverbell near Grant, north of Grant on Silverbell. Also a crash and slowing on eastbound I-10 near Kolb. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance from Progressive Insurance.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Party at your place this summer? Fix things up inside and out with July 4th deals, now at Lowe's. Get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $80 on the select Charbroil Performance Series gas grill, now $299. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Thana Ogden Nation.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.